Sit. Good. Good. Whenever I send DeCooley into her crate, I always have her sit first, and she's got to stay seated. If she wants to go in there, she needs to do this the right way. She needs to stay seated and wait until I pat her chest with my right hand, trying to get this door to stay open. Go. Send her in. And then she turns around to face me. Good. She gets another treat using this Natural Balance sausage. And then I get another little treat here. Put my hand in there and she takes it. And as she's munching on that little treat, I take off her little mini prong collar, which I'm going to show you in a second. It's kind of hard to take off like this, so you might want to take this off before she goes in. That's another option for you. And I also take off her choke chain in there. This little mini prong collar I started using towards the end of her training just because she still was pulling a lot, and it's just a teeny tiny little thing. And you see me throughout this video, she's wearing this when we're walking or when she's doing her commands, and it's very gentle the way you use the leash with this, and it really helps because she was still pulling a lot with her regular collar, so this really helped bump her up to the next level as far as her not pulling anymore and her being calmer on leash. So we have this little mini prong collar. I take it off and I put it on, just hang it there on the door. And I also take off the choke chain, which I always double up with the choke chain and a mini prong collar on the leash, so that just in case that little mini prong comes off, then if it ever comes off, then you're also attached to this choke chain. The choke chain comes into play and she can't get away. She's still attached to the leash. So that's why you always want to double up with the leash on both the prong collar and the choke chain. Now this crate, she's been sleeping overnight, every night in the crate. Not that you have to do this forever, but it'd be really great to stay with this routine at least for a month to 2 months after you get her. She's very used to this whole routine. She loves her crate. It's a privilege to go into her crate, and so I have her sit and wait. All good things happen in there. Every interaction I have with her, there's a little treat that I give her. She gets bones and chewies. Everything good happens only in the crate because we really want to develop the crate as her favorite place. Even though she probably liked it before, she likes it extra now. And also, if you're going to feed her at all, other than when you train, you want to feed her in the crate because that's her den. This is her den, so you want to feed her in there as well. It just makes that place, the best place in the world to be for her. It's got solid walls, except for these little openings here. Much better than a cage. You want to not put her in a cage because she needs a cozy place. And this is a dachshund, of course, and dachshunds love to burrow and hide under things, and they love cozy spaces. So it's extra good to have a little solid plastic crate for her. And she sleeps overnight in there. Throughout the day, she's in and out at random times. And she may be in there for an hour or 20 minutes at a time, then she's outside, then she's back in. So it's always random, but we always put her in or take her out exactly like this. So you saw me have her sit, send her in, took off her equipment, and then when we're going to take her out, this time I'm going to show you how to do this little prong collar outside here. So she will always wait. She won't come out until you allow her out. And what I've always done is go in there and reward her. Good. For waiting. And she still has her regular flat buckle collar on, and it's really easy to reach in and just hook the leash up to that. And then she's going to wait until I allow her out. See how she's waiting? And all you have to do is kind of stand with her a little bit on your left, pat your leg and say, okay. She'll come out. Come on, sweetie, come on. And then once she's out, you always want to close this door. And if you're going to release her to be free, always have her sit first, and then from a calm sit stay, pat her chest and say, go, let her be free. And then if you're going to take her out, you're going to do some training, you're going to take her out on the street, then you put on the choke chain first, and the prong collar second. And the prong collar goes right underneath her ears. It's the highest collar closest to her, right below her ears. And she loves her little prong collar because it always goes along with getting a treat. Good girl, she's getting a treat. Munching on that. We put on her little prong collar. And when we're at your house, I'll show you how to put this on. You just hook it up like that. And then you also would attach the leash to her choke chain. She's hooked up. And it might be easier also when you're about to put her in the crate to take that stuff off, attach the leash to a regular collar, and then send her in just hooked up to a regular collar, rather than doing what you saw me doing, which is to take everything else off inside. Just take it off outside and then send her in when you're going to put her back in. So she's hooked up to her choke chain and her prong collar, and we can go on our little walk. Okay.